Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in the final of the tri-header where we preview the all-important final on the 8th. And we have Sudip, Ayan, and Ishanjan and Kunal will be joining very soon. A very fantastic win by India and an unprecedented and surprising win by New Zealand. South Africa really outplayed at Eden Gardens. So a very surprising final. I think India we decided, and we when we did our preview, we thought India would qualify, which they did, in spite of a very bad start against South Africa. But now it looks to win and be the first side to win a T20 World Cup at home. So that will happen if they win and they beat New Zealand on the 8th. I'll start off with Sudip. Your thoughts on the final? Just your thoughts on the final overall. I'm not coming to what should India do or New Zealand do. Your thoughts on the final. What is going to happen?
Well, going to be a very. I have a feeling it's going to be a very close match, and the team which holds on to its nerves, is going to be a will win at the end, at the moment. So I'm not coming into the team selection. We will discuss it gradually, but overall, I think it's going to be a very closely fought match. I get the feeling.
Thank you, Sudip. Ishanjan, Abhishek, because this is a favorite topic. Abhishek Sharma to be dropped and Rinku Singh.
See, the moment the form which Abhishek Sharma is carrying, it will be better. I think to drop it should be better for him to drop, because but another factor comes into play. If Abhishek Sharma is being dropped, then who will come? Not then Ishan Kishan is there to open. Then who will be the ones for the number 3 spot? Because in this team, the number 3 spot the role was being taken by Ishan Kishan is very critical, because if you
So I think probably 3 will be Tilak Verma. Probably Tilak will be 3, Surya will be 4.
That will be a wrong
will be
wrong
5.
tactic.
Rinku will be 6.
If Tilak Verma, because Tilak Verma's role is at number 5 or number 6, because the way which he is carrying out in the last 2-3 matches.
Last 2 matches
So
where he's batting
better
right
it
now.
would be, I will say, better it to bring Surya Kumar Yadav as to take the responsibility
Sky
of
at
carrying
3,
the
you were
number
saying?
3.
We'll discuss the batting order. Sky at 3. 4 is, you were saying, Tilak Verma 4 or Rinku
Because
4.
if you are dropping out Abhishek Sharma, then you must be playing Rinku Singh in that place.
He will play,
And Rinku Singh and here the question is Tilak Verma and Rinku Singh both are quite contrasting. Both players are quite contrasting. So in
Tilak,
that
you were
case,
saying at 4. You were saying Tilak at 5.
Tilak,
So
no,
Sky at
I
3.
will see Tilak. Either Tilak at number 4, then Shivam at number 5. So
So
that
Hardik at
means
6. You were saying Hardik. No, Hardik will come ahead of Shivam. We have discussed this. Hardik will come ahead of Shivam. I think so. Shivam will come 6. Akshay will come 7. Akshay will come 7.
I must say that since he is lagging into confidence, he must be dropped. And if you are even taking, if we are taking into account the question that is coming is, if we drop Abhishek Sharma, then that means there will be a huge, that means there question mark regarding the number 3 spot. Who will come into play? Because in the current Indian team, I'm not finding any specialist for number 3 batsman. Only Ishan Kishan was the one who could have played for number 3. Then who can play? Because neither, if you see Tilak Verma, Rinku Singh, Shivam Dube, they are not quite equipped for number 3. In that cases, either Surya Kumar Yadav has to take the responsibility, or there can be some other options which was being implemented by Rahul Dravid, great Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma, Akshar Patel, to send Akshar Patel back up the order. Because if Akshar Patel comes up the order, he can, because rotate the strike, and he can even that means hit also he can hit 2 or 3 ball for 4 or 6
So you are
sixes
saying if
also.
first wicket falls within power play, Akshar comes at 3. Then Sky,
Akshar,
Tilak, the Shivam and Hardik comes 4, 5, 6, 7.
Because then the entire middle order unit you are having on your hand, and Akshar, if he comes early, he can even play relentlessly. He can play, that means because his mode when he will come into bat, that will be fully relentless, because the full batting unit is that means is there on hand. So
Okay.
and who
We'll
are the
come to you,
batters?
Ishanjan.
Rinku Singh, Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Shivam Dube, Hardik Pandya. The entire lot is will be waiting up. that means so if he can, if the wicket falls within 2 or 3 overs, then it will be
Okay. Thanks,
Gautam
Ishanjan.
Gambhir
We are
should follow the
running short of time.
yeah.
We'll come back to you. Ayan, uh, do you agree with Ishanjan promoting Akshar at 3, or do you think Akshar at 7?
First of all, I have this feeling that they will not replace Abhishek
I have a feeling, same
because
feeling.
this
That's a
is the
good
final.
feeling.
This is
Yeah.
the final, and I think
I
this
also
team has tremendous trust in Abhishek, and I think Rahul, there have been enough cases in cricket history, we have seen that a guy is failing. Of course, a batsman or a bowler with
But
quality,
this is a
and
final,
then
ICC
suddenly at the
final.
last match, one match they come out with all guns blazing. It's a fact that Abhishek does not look very good, just like Varun Chakravarti is not
Yeah.
looking good at
Oh,
all.
we have to discuss Varun also.
Yes,
Yes, correct.
Abhishek is not looking good. The way he played a chip shot and got out
Yeah,
was
that
really
55
poor.
was very subdued
But then
55, and
against
again he got fouled.
Zimbabwe, come on, that is one of the weakest bowling attacks out
Biggest
there, right? So
mid-size,
you don't
yeah.
really consider that. But given that this is a final match, you have a team which is kind of winning. Will India dare replace Abhishek? I don't know, because it's a fact that he's one of the top
It's a call.
batsmen.
It's a really a
And
difficult call.
the
But
thing
I
is
would
that
have replaced Abhishek. I would have gone with
yeah.
Zincu, but I
If you
don't know
think
whether they
in the
would.
cricketing sense,
Yes.
I do believe that he is looking woefully out of touch.
Hopefully
He's
out of
looking
form.
woefully out of touch, and in a cricketing sense, I think it might make sense. But there are enough sort of precedences in history where one player who is not really played so well suddenly goes to the last match of the finals or something, and then just plays the innings out of their skin. We might be discussing, the day we review the final, maybe we are discussing how Abhishek turned the match. So I think there's a lot of trust on Abhishek, and the fact that he's getting so many chances, in spite of the fact that he's been performing so abysmally poorly. I think there might be a resistance of changing the team in the final. But then at the same time, I do feel that if you think of it in a cricketing sense, I do believe that he needs a bit of time to rethink and come out with a new strategy, because he's just not working. Things are not working for him. So I guess if you see, we discussed the team in the last show, and I think what we discussed, that holds exactly the same thing, right? We thought that we would open with Kishan and
I personally feel they will
Samson.
keep Abhishek. I personally feel they will not tinker.
I don't think, because but then see, yesterday
But it is going to be heavy. If he fails, it's going to be really bad.
Yeah,
It's a
really
World
bad.
Cup
I mean,
final.
yeah. If see, for me, the team which bats first and scores 220 will be firm
Yeah.
favorite. Absolutely firm favorite.
Whoever bats first should be.
Bats first,
Unless
no,
the
if they
pitch is
score
a devil.
150,
Unless the pitch is a devil.
that is unlikely, because you will not probably see, because India has had very, very poor runs against New Zealand in pitches which have turned.
Turned,
On
yes.
turning pitches, and India's main spin bowler is as bad the main spin bowler's form is as bad as their main batter. I mean, Abhishek Sharma is supposed to be India's wonder kid in terms of batting, and he's really out of touch. Varun Chakravarti is India's magic bowler. He's equally out of touch, right? So I don't think India will dare make a spinning pitch, because New Zealand spinners are very, very good. And I don't think India will, and Motera is a big ground. I don't think they will dare make a spinning pitch. If it's the same highway kind of pitch, whoever bats first and gets a score more than 210, 220 will be very firm favorites.
Correct. Agreed. Sudip, Varun Chakravarti, we have been discussing, you are very critical of Varun. I am also seeing, I think Varun Chakravarti is coming to the end of his career. Let's be blunt.
Yeah. And I also get a feeling, because there has been talk in few circles, going on that, Kuldeep Yadav may come in the final in place of Varun.
That
There
is
is
a
a talk.
point we discussed in semis also, but they did not play Kuldeep. They gave an
Yeah,
extended
yeah,
run,
but
like
I
Ayan
think
said. Like Abhishek and Varun, they are giving an extended run to both.
yeah,
But
extended
Varun
run, he's
Chakravarti, as you
failing too
rightly said,
often,
in a
for
pitch
comfort,
where we lose and New Zealand will beat us with spin only, Varun Chakravarti's 4 overs can cost us 60 also.
Yes, exactly. So I think maybe they can try out, Kuldeep, there's a talk, but let's
But the
see it
question again is that Kuldeep, I think, has played only 1 or 2 matches in this
one or
tournament.
two
So
matches.
whether
So
you
he's
try out Kuldeep is the point.
that is also a point. But at the moment, the Varun Chakravarti is looking totally off color, and
Yeah.
I think they may be tempted. They might be tempted to bring in Kuldeep at the moment. That is the one change. Abhishek's change is, I think, 50-50 because Gautam Gambhir is still backing him in spite of
Yeah,
these
there's a lot
failures.
of hope on Abhishek. That's the
They are
problem.
just
Yeah.
hoping. They are hoping against hope that he clicks. One one day in the finals. So that is the thing. That is the logic. Otherwise,
So you
rest
think
of the
Varun could be replaced with Kuldeep? That's a
yeah,
call. That's a good call.
I think that is the only change. I think I presume.
Thanks, Sudip. We'll have to wind up in some time. Ishanjan, you wanted to say something quickly, a little quickly.
Yeah, regarding the one regarding Varun Chakra, here I will make a that means I don't want to be at a par. Want to go with Varun Chakravarti in the final match because the final match is being taking place in Motera. We must keep it. The last match was in Wankhede since the ground is a bit large. Here Varun Chakravarti can be favorable because only because since the ground is quite large, so the attempting to hit will fetch more chance probability of fetching him more wickets. So in here over here, and because Kuldeep Yadav, the action Kuldeep Yadav, if because the New Zealand batsmen like Ayan, they are good hitters, so that means turn the table on if for Kuldeep Yadav because. I remember on 2023 when the match in the normal match Kuldeep Yadav was being taken apart. Although match was being played on Wankhede, but it was being taken apart by the New Zealand hard hitters. So in that cases, Varun Chakravarti, I must here I will be for regarding Abhishek Sharma. I want to drop Abhishek Sharma only, not Varun Chakravarti. Let in the final match go with Varun Chakravarti. Unnecessary
Okay.
changes for
Fair
the
enough. Thanks, Ishanjan. Finally, question to Ayan before we close. Same side for New Zealand, or do they bring in an extra spinner?
Yeah, it depends on the pitch. I think their combination worked beautifully in the last match. I don't think they will tinker with that combination at all. I mean, a team which absolutely, destroyed a team such as South Africa.
World number one side in Tests. Yeah.
I don't think they will do anything. They are on a high. I do not think they will change anything. India, thankfully, I can say, I hope. See, in 23 we lost because we peaked too early. This team is far from peaking. So we can
That is
hope
one
that
question rightly pointed out in social media. I saw just 1 or 2 posts that 2 teams which are picking on in the final, which is true also.
that is actually true. So this time India has certainly not peaked. So India is still, fielding wise we can improve. Bowling wise, certainly. I mean, all three departments we can improve. So hopefully we will peak at the right time. And New Zealand actually, I do believe, peaked in the semifinals. If you think of it, I don't think they could have played better. They had an absolutely dream game, right? They sort of controlled South Africa to 170. They contained South Africa to 170. They got the runs in 13. It was 13 run rate. So you cannot have a better match than that. So for India's
The final,
advantage,
the semi-final, I was in the ground, surprised everyone. I think Saurav Ganguly was a little surprised also with that
actually, Rahul,
outcome.
one thing we can actually say, I think with some deal of confidence, that New Zealand probably has peaked. India has not peaked. So therefore, India might be at an advantage.
And also the fact that given that Motera is a very, very difficult ground for us, the 23 heartbreak probably gives us an opportunity to break that heartbreak.
To break that heartbreak.
That was a very bad heartbreak.
Law of averages. Law of averages.
Yes,
we keep on losing at Motera. We had a terrible, worst defeat possible against South Africa. Yes, so maybe it will reverse on Sunday. Let's hope. I mean,
hope so. One discussion coming out in the last 20 minutes. Varun Chakravarti definitely in. Sudip says out. I also feel out. Ishanjan says in. And most of us, we know that Abhishek will play in spite of the fact that he's been a very bad failure. I think on that note, we would like to end this discussion. Finally, starting with Ishanjan. Who do you predict to win this T20 World Cup? India or New Zealand?
See, I think if the opponent would have been in South Africa in Motera, I would have gone in against of India. But seeing the fact that New Zealand is the opponent and the ground is being Motera, although in law of averages, the ground is going against India, but still in this final, I would want to go for India only because the thing is that since the opponent is New Zealand and New Zealand is also not having any good law of averages in the final, they are also second. That means if South Africa is the biggest choker, then second biggest is New Zealand also. So in that case, they have a tenacity to fail the nerves at the end. So in that cases, I will. And India has India's team is very cool and composed and fine.
So
And
you were saying India.
team,
India, definite firm favorites.
team
Okay.
see the
Yeah.
best team in the tournament is India at any day, in for any day, any department,
I thought the best
for
team was
any
South Africa till they lost it very badly. I thought they were the best team. We agreed on that also. Thank you, Ishanjan. Ayan, 60-40 India.
55-45 India.
You're saying 55-45. I say 60-40. Okay.
Yeah.
Sudip.
Close.
I think also I'll agree with Ayan, 55-45. Very close match.
So it
will
is
be.
going to be close. It's going to be
Very
close.
close match.
I think 60-40 was
60-40. 60-40.
Yeah, it is going to be. So all of us agree that it's going to be a tough match.
Very
But
tough.
we all
Tough
are saying that India will win. Let's see if that.
Yeah, I think
You
India
know,
should win. India should
the-
win this one and break the
hopefully the
jinx of
good
home
wishes,
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For cricket enthusiasts
There will be
help
less
the
Yeah,
sixes,
surely. And
less
hope that
sixes
the
in the
jinx breaks.
final.
The jinx breaks in.
Because of the big ground, there will be less sixes that you can
Yeah.
restrict,
which is a good thing, I guess.
which is a good
If
thing.
the
Exactly.
ball gets a chance, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
too
you so much.
one-sided.
55-45, 60-40. I mean, it is going to be close. We feel it's going to be close.
Yeah.
But I personally feel, Ayan, 220 has to be scored. If that's a big ground, 220 has to be scored.
It depends. We hope
Yeah.
if New Zealand bats first, they don't score.
Depends on the wicket, At the end of the day, how
Yeah.
the wicket.
And I hope
performs,
that India plays Rinku. I personally hope India should play Rinku. Varun might bowl,
Yeah.
but India should play Rinku. Thank you so much, Sudip, Ayan and Ishanjan. It was lovely having you for the last 1 hour. We had 3 shows, reviewing the 2 semi-finals and previewing the all-important final. Will be coming back again after Sunday when India and New Zealand plays. And hopefully we will roost for an important India win, which will see the first home side in a T20 World Cup to win. No T20 World Cup has been won by a home side. On that note, thank you, all of you. And we look forward to meeting you again on probably a winning episode next week. Thank you and good night.